What do you make the or the magic good nocturnal well visualize? The secret of the aura did rise its good night fish in turn, rise in the size in the construction of its eyes. In fact, its superb nocturnal vision involved two quite separate capabilities: the ability to discriminate fine with a visual field and the ability to perceive a small quantity of light. Therefore, the owl's eyes are not simply giant eyes, as you might suppose. During the daytime, there are plenty of light, and so the eyes of where skulls, mammals, most birds, and humans have a relatively small window, the cornea. Now, a mountain model capable of resolution by GI will obviously increase the size of the image. In diurnal species of animals, the eyes range will tend to be with long focal length, which means that compared to large images, the broader focus in the retina bail back from the lens. However, the larger image gets, the dimmer it becomes too. But if because of its high tensile and enter the pupil, consequent loss of brightness, large image doesn't matter. What I mean is still bright enough to the register in the retina. In contrast, when the first essential for the eye to operate by night is that it must be able to as light as much as possible. The eyes will large, and but the size alone are not enough. Obviously, the design must differ from those diurnal animals. What's the most striking features of owl's eye? Was the relative size of the window. In photographers, the nocturnal eyes are fast. That is to say, size for size, they are capable of rating the former life and diurnal ones in practical terms are far lenses were wider than smaller. Not from the lens to other, the first one still correct enough to the right image and the same largely can be drawn on the thousand neighbors. Now let's take a look at figure 1 and compare the vertical section of the eye and diurnal space and an old eye. Since an old eye has a large cornea, the system would tend to throw the light back from the just like in daytime hunters with the counter of the brightness. At the same time, however, rounder and powerful lenses bring the much brighter image back closer to the lens. In the world, eyes go with rather high resolution, which can shield even in the dark. The optical system together, they have a highly sensitive retina, makes ours very equipped for the direction used by night. Well, this is why we can stumble in groping in the dark, while owls are capable of extraordinary feat of waving or weaving in the trees and no trouble at all. There is another conspicuous difference between owls and mammals. The owls are reinforced by bony fractures, the bone cornea or tough of the eyeball, and there are few of the skull. That's why owls can move their eyes inside the eye socket when we can. They cannot roll or move their eyes. That is, they can look only straight, but hand can consider to accomplish the same purpose. Because the owl's eyes are separated by significant distance, they also have good strength and depth perception. One last thing is a popular misconception that owls are blind by day. Some say the hunt by day, they are creatures, the eagle, owls, and far possess more acute than owls by day. Nevertheless, the relatively enormous tubular eyes of birds are highly sensitive pieces of equipment tuned for night life, so they protect against the glare of daylight. Now, in this function, their muscular iris play an important role.